Hi, I'm Ollie, one of the vets here at the Finchley Vet. Wanted to make a video for first responders, policemen, ambulance drivers, paramedics, firefighters, and anyone else that might come across dogs that have become hot, got heat stroke. Saw a video this morning from Nottinghamshire Constabulary. They found a dog, or there were reports of a dog in a car, in a hot car, who has collapsed. They smashed the window, got the dog out, sent it to a vet practice, and I hear that it's done very well, thank goodness. But it made me realise that there's not a lot of information around about first aid for dogs that have heat stroke, and I thought it'd be really useful, just a really short video for anyone that might come across a dog that's already in heat stroke that wants to do something while they're taking that dog to a vet to try and increase the chance that the dog will survive. First thing to do, if we find a dog that's in heat stroke, cool it down exactly like they did. They smashed the window, they got the dog out the car. I'm not advocating that anyone smash the window, but if you are a police officer and that's the right thing to do, then great. Get the dog out the car, cool it down, they put it in the shade. My recommendation would be to get it into a cool car as quickly as possible. Get a fan on the dog, get the aircon on if you can, get that dog to the vets as soon as possible. The reality is that of all the things you can do outside of vet practice, they're important, but most of the really life-saving stuff is going to happen in a vet practice. But those first few minutes, 15, 20 minutes before you manage to get the dog to the vet, you can also make the difference between that dog losing its life or not. So get it in the car, get the fan on, get the aircon on. If you've got some water, you can spray on the dog. Very fine mist just in the face, onto the tongue, onto the mucous membranes, that's great. What we don't want to do, and the only thing I saw in the video that I maybe wouldn't have done in the future, is pour water on the dog. In vet practice, we will use water, and it's cool, not cold, not ice cold water, cool water only, so just below body temperature. We will use water, but we'll shave the dog first. So important, because if the fur gets wet, it acts as like a blanket, an insulator around the dog. And although initially it might cool them by a few degrees, eventually once that water and fur heats up, actually it's going to act as a bit of a blanket and almost make things worse. So although in the video there was only a very small amount of water went on the dog's neck, wasn't like they soaked the dog, and thank goodness that dog survived, probably because of what they did. They did a great job, but that specific action, putting water on the dog's back of the dog's neck, was maybe not the right thing to do. So if you do find a dog that's in heat stroke, don't soak it in water, get it in fan, get it in aircon, maybe spray a bit of misting on the face. Also offer very small amounts of water to drink. We don't want them drinking gallons and lots of water. They'll probably vomit and make things worse. Get them to the vets and get them really good veterinary care as soon as you can. That's going to be the thing that really helps long term. But those first 15-20 minutes, if you can get the temperature down, fan, air conditioning, a little bit of spray of water, small amounts of water being sipped, that will really help. And get them into the cool, get them into the cool. Nottinghamshire Constabulary, shout out to them. They did a great job, I thought, really great job. They saved that dog's life. All reports suggest that they saved the dog's life. If you want to talk to me about first aid training, I'm very happy to do something. It's not something I normally do, but very happy to give you some first aid training over the phone. If you want me to come up and see you guys in Nottinghamshire Constabulary and maybe give you a talk on my dollar, you know, I'm very happy to I obviously do it free of charge. I'll come up, I'll have a talk to you about first aid for dogs. Really happy to do that. We'd just love to meet you. Thank you very much for listening. Hopefully it helps. Hopefully it helps you, maybe even save a dog's life, and hopefully it'll give you some tools if you do find a dog in heat stroke. Thanks very much. Thanks for listening. Bye for now.